how'd you do exactly?
These get tougher, so hang on.
Take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox. Then come back here to see how you did. Thank you for taking the quiz.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's about to warm up. It's 34 degrees right now and sunny in downtown Indianapolis. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 11:03. Temperatures are about to warm up and the weather will be mostly quiet in Indiana. That is except for Monday night where Indiana might be getting some light rain and breezy wind gusts. But Tuesday is when it's supposed to get better.
By Tuesday, all of central Indiana should be in the 50s, the low to mid-50s, and then by Wednesday, southern half of central Indiana could be in the low 60s.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis. He says Indy may even reach the 60-degree mark, but more light rain is likely Wednesday across the state. Police say 2 people were shot early Sunday in Fort Wayne. It happened on Lima Road around 1:30. Officers say those people are expected to be okay. Notre Dame and Pitt went down to the wire over the weekend with the Irish getting a 76-72 victory. Len Clark reports.
J.R. Konieczny hit 2 free throws in the final seconds to seal the Irish win. The senior from South Bend takes us through the free throws.
Honestly, I wasn't even really thinking about it. I was just up there. I was just like, same shot every single time, and it's going to go in.
Tay Davis scored a team-high 21 points in the Irish win, while Marcus Burton added 20. Notre Dame is now 12-15 overall and 6-10 in the ACC. The Irish hit the road for a Wednesday night contest at Clemson.
And you're paying an average of $2.92 a gallon of gas today, says AAA. And the cheapest gas is in Austin, Indiana at $2.54, says Gas Buddy. WIBC News Time at 11:04. Here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Partly cloudy skies become mostly sunny. High temperatures getting into the mid-30s for today. Mostly clear tonight. Low temperatures in the lower 20s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. For service today. Today.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, save 50% on the new Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Good morning to you, and to you, and to you, and to you. It is, and you. This is the WIBC Sunday Morning Magazine Show. It's called The First Day, and it's February 23rd. Thank you all so much for joining us. This is an abbreviated edition because we've got IU Purdue.
Oh, well, go Hoosiers.
Coming up. Pre-game starts at 12:30.
Be careful over there. You can make a lot of people mad in
I know
a pretty quick time.
Oh, boy. There's so many things I want to talk about, but it'd make you all so mad that I can't do it. I don't want to make you mad. It's Sunday, for crying out loud. So let's not go there. You almost got it out of me, didn't you?
I think you already did, Terri.
Not going to do it. Not going to do it. You got that for the week. We're going to just have fun on weekends. 36 degrees, sunny skies. It is a beautiful, glorious day. March is wild. I mean, we're just days away from March, right? And March is kind of known as the real estate month because that's when everybody's getting out and selling and buying and the weather is better. And anyway, so we're going to talk. We've got Lisa Phillips and Greg Cooper coming in from Crossroads Collective. and at Compass Real Estate. They're going to come in, and so think about your questions. They'll be here in just a little bit. Think about questions that you might have if you're thinking about jumping into real estate this spring or beyond.
We're streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
So if you do have a question, hop on there, join us. Look up 93 WIBC on YouTube. It'll be First Day with Terri Stacy. Type your question up in the comment chat, and then I'll relay them to Greg and Lisa.
That's it.
Yeah,
It's
easy
pretty
as
simple.
that.
Whatever you're thinking about. That's Kylan Talley. Denny Smith is here with us.
Good morning. How are you?
Hi, Denny Paul. Great to have you here with us. So I also wanted to mention that it is the last day of the Ford Boat Sport and Travel Show. You know, it's fond. I'm very fond of it. It's near and dear to my heart. They've got a great discussion coming up at 2 o'clock. Now, this won't interest maybe some of you, but the conversation is a debate that is really going on amongst the angler community, and it's about the use of sonar. And is that really fishing? But the tournaments are loving it because more young people are watching because they have a split screen, and this is where the money comes from for these tournaments. It has a split screen where you watch the sonar and then you watch the fishermen. So younger people are starting to watch it. They think this is kind of a cool way to watch fishing, and more are watching. And so sonar is becoming more acceptable among anglers. I think it's kind of cheating, but it's not cheating. It's
it's cheating because you can see what's below the water?
You see the fish. Yeah, it's even more technology-wise better than just your GPS that some have used for many years. But the sonar is really kind of a camera, and it's anyway.
I would just want to look at it. I don't want to catch anything.
Right.
I just want to see.
That's kind of fun, just to watch the sonar. Maybe that's why people are watching them.
What's the biggest fish you ever caught, Terry Lynn?
It was out of a lake here in Indianapolis. There's a boat company that used to be out off of Washington Street.
It just had water boats.
Did you almost call it Washington?
I did. I almost said Washington. I don't even know why, because I really don't normally
Bob
do that.
Thompson started Just Add Water Boats. And
great place and a great lake, and you couldn't fish on it, but we knew them, and they allowed me to come out and fish. And it was an albino catfish, and it was a monster. I couldn't even get it out of the water.
Did you put it back in?
I don't even remember how big it was. I have a picture of me holding it, and it's bigger than what would this be? It'd be about this big because it was wider than my hips.
24 or 30 inches. That'd
just
be about
under
a
her
25-pound catfish.
Yeah, just under my wingspan.
About a wingspan.
For everyone
It was
listening
this
on radio.
big, and I know how fishermen are.
You know,
he was probably this big, right? But it was. I'm not lying. It was this big.
There was a fish company down in Martinsville, and I bought when I seeded my lake.
The fisheries.
The fisheries.
I want to live on the fisheries.
Anyway,
I love it.
They had a habit of always putting in one albino catfish in their bag. You know, they give you a big bag of fish. You race home and get it in there. So I've got an albino catfish. I've never seen him.
Oh,
I've never seen
they're
him.
beautiful creatures. I kissed it on the head, said thank you very much, and let him go back in where he came from. All right, now I mentioned the Boat Sport and Travel Show. GeoFest is going on at the State Museum. It's a huge event. A lot of people go to that one if you want to get out on this beautiful day.
It's about rocks, folks.
It's about
geodes
rocks.
and really colorful rocks.
Cool things. I used to go out in North Vernon and look for them with my grandpa. But this week, the NFL Combine returns to Indy, and had a chance to talk to Clare Clark with Visit Indiana, and here she is explaining.
Well, the Combine is a week-long event. We'll see representation from all 32 teams arrive in the city as early as the start of next week. And then the 4-day full-time interviews, which are open for fans to experience and view inside Lucas Oil Stadium, that starts Thursday and goes through Sunday. And we expect nearly 30,000 fans over those 4 days.
And that brings us a lot of money. This makes a big impact on our city.
It does. You know, it's a sellout of hotels. Our bars and restaurants see an uptick. And so we can equate nearly $9.26 million to the NFL Combine that comes here year after year.
And when we think about year after year, it's been here since 1987. They're committed through 2026. And I guess that means that we're on really good behavior right now because we'd love to have them back again. And when will that commitment be made, do you suppose?
Sure. You know, Indy is always on the NFL's radar when it comes to hosting major events. We've hosted a Super Bowl in the past. This will be our 38th year in a row hosting the NFL Combine. And so we consistently show our ability to execute these events at the highest level. Right now, we have 2026 sound and secure for hosting the NFL Combine, and we've expressed interest through 2030.
First, let's start with how fans can attend, and then let's talk about what they can experience.
Of course. It's a quick process. You just have to download the NFL One Pass app, register for free tickets and access through that app. Once you get access, you can sign up for updates, and you can get the whole schedule for the Inside Look, which takes place inside Lucas Oil Stadium, and then the Combine Experience, which is outside in the South parking lot. And with all of that comes free parking as well.
Free parking, and this is a free experience. There's not a you need to obviously get the ticket, but it's free, right?
Of course, no cost for the fan. It is free. There will be different position groups taking place each day. So Thursday you'll have the defensive linemen and the linebackers with drills starting at 3 p.m. Friday you'll have the defensive backs and the tight ends. Saturday's the big day with the running backs, quarterbacks, and wide receivers. And then Sunday, we will have the defensive linemen, linebackers, and place kickers. You know, it's a must-attend event for all football fans and lovers. This used to be a closed-door event. Before 2018, no fans ever had access to experience the NFL Combine. The NFL came to us, and we came alongside our partners at the Colts and Lucas Oil Stadium in the city and said we'd love to open this to be a more fan-centric event. And so dating back to 2022, we really started to take a fan-centric approach. So in the stadium, you will be able to hear and listen to the NFL Network broadcasters commentating and reporting out on all of the prospects and position groups. Each day, you will have access to the lower bowl of Lucas Oil Stadium for free, and that doesn't happen every single day. For the kids, it is also a great opportunity to not only step inside an NFL stadium for free, but outside the stadium, we have the must-see Combine experience. This is the same experience that they have at the Super Bowl Village each year. So you'll be able to shop at the NFL shop. You'll be able to meet some NFL players and legends and see them and have some free autograph sessions. And then there will be even fan-specific drills like the vertical jump. You'll be able to run alongside a massive LED screen for the 40-yard dash, and there's so much more. Visit Indy.com. We'll have all of the times and schedules for the Inside Look, which is inside Lucas Oil Stadium, and the Combine Experience outside. And it'll also have easy access to the NFL One Pass app that you must download and register before attending the event.
Okay. Visit Indy.com. That's where you go to get all the great information and to get that pass that you need to be a part of such a cool event. The 2025 NFL Combine at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's coming. It's right around the corner. Clare Clark, Senior Communications Manager with Visit Indy. Again, visit Indy.com. Claire, thank you. We'll see you, I know, soon.
Thanks, Terry.
It's 11:15. You're listening to The First Day on 93 WIBC.
Purdue is in town to take on the Hoosiers today.
He will let go a three-pointer and hit! 16th point of the game.
John Herrick has the pregame at 12:30. Don Fisher with the tip at 1:30 on 93 WIBC. Mad Bear traffic.
On the north side, 465 East is a parking lot from Meridian all the way over to 69. Going the other way on the north side, 465 West really tight right now from Meridian to Michigan.
Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
Good morning. It's 11:20. This is First Day, WIBC's Sunday Magazine show. Terri Stacy, Denny Smith, Kylan Talley. 239-9393 is our number. And joining us on the phone now is our friend John Herrick, the news director at WIBC. Hi, John.
Hi, Terry. How are you? Just on my way to Bloomington for this IU Purdue game. You know.
Yeah.
So you're not wearing black and gold.
Hey, what do you wear?
So I wear IU things that the school has given us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what's it? I know you're on your way there, but what do you think's going to, today when you get there, it's just going to be such a cool game, right? It's just going to be win or lose, because somebody was telling me they're both on a losing streak, both teams. So it's just about this day, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think rivalry games are made even better when both teams really got to have it, and both these teams really need it. Indiana is a team that is definitely on the outside of the tournament bubble looking in. Purdue is in contention for the Big Ten title, but now they've lost 3 in a row, so that's not what Matt Painter would love to have happen. So it's going to be a crazy, raucous atmosphere at Assembly Hall. Indiana's been on a 9-day layoff ever since their home loss to UCLA on Valentine's Day, so we'll see what kind of team we get when we come out there today. Are we going to see a team that's got a lot of rust on it? Are we going to see a team that's well rested? There's a lot of things to look at.
I just realized that my sports career really is gone when the first question I asked John Herrick is what he's wearing. So we should be talking more about this. I'm just curious what he's got on.
I think it's
That's
interesting.
ended my sports commentating
I think it's
career.
interesting that the two words rest and rust, and I think you've nailed it there. Both of them, especially down at IU, they've been in the closet for a while, and now all of a sudden the bright light is shining, and it's the Purdue game. There's nothing bigger than the Purdue game in Bloomington.
In Bloomington. Oh, it's going to be great. John, you guys take the airwaves at 12:30 today. We have a very shortened, abbreviated version today of the first day, but then you guys take over, and it should be a lot of fun. Hope you have fun, too.
Yes, it will be a lot of fun. One thing I will plug, though, we have former IU basketball player Kent Benson is my guest on Where Are They Now?
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
7-footer from the
great
76
conversation.
team. Yeah. Yes.
And when can people hear that, John?
So we go on the air at 12:30. Don and Eric will do their pregame spiel, and then it goes to me. So I would bet around 12:40 is when that will air.
Okay.
But if you join in right at 12:30, you won't miss it.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool. All right, 12:30 pregame, 1:30 game tip-off. Thank you so much, John. Have a great time today. We'll be listening.
All right. Thanks, Terry.
See you later. It is 11:23, Kylan.
We are now joined by Sampson Levingston of Through2Eyes in Walk and Talk Indy. We love Sampson and are so thankful to always get time with you. And for this last feature of February in Black History Month, I want to talk about some of those names that are on like school boards, or just some of those prominent names, of things that we walk right past, like school names. Andrew J. Brown. What are some of those prominent names that go under the radar for us in our community?
I think anytime you're looking at street names or school names, it can kind of give you an idea or even park names about who was there in those areas. Even if you're looking at Andrew J. Brown, who was a big leader with Indianapolis as far as fighting for equality for our different neighborhoods, and one of the people who started Indiana Black Expo, which was one of its significance. It was really, really big as it started. I'm not trying to say that it's not as big as it was before. A lot of these in-person large events have some of them scaled back or throughout the years, but Black Expo was huge. I remember going all the time, especially with my dad, and you walk around. I remember getting so much free stuff and stopping by getting a yardstick.
Right, normal.
That
normal
was
kid
what
stuff.
I wanted. The yardstick. I never needed it for anything.
I worked at the home show as an MC, and everybody still wants where's the yardstick?
I want a yardstick. And so Black Expo was huge. It was a showcase of Black talent and excellence from all over. There was cool clothes that you could get that you may not find in many Indianapolis stores. And it was almost like with that downturn of Indiana Avenue, Black Expo was kind of showcasing everything that was in one weekend, as essentially as it could. And it was great. Andrew J. Brown was one of the catalysts behind that. even if you look at where Martin Luther King Jr. Street runs, it's gonna be West Street. A lot of our listeners may remember Northwestern Avenue before they renamed it to Martin Luther King. But that if they're gonna rename a street after MLK, it's probably gonna go through a black neighborhood, and so it shoots right through there. You can look and see how I-65 comes right over top of you when you're on MLK. Even behind that street name, there's some history that's attached to that. And Martindale, there's also a park named JTV Hill, and he was the first black lawyer in Indianapolis.
Oh, really?
When they started letting black people become lawyers, he was the first one. So
I did not know that
they named that park after him. There's a park named after Oscar Charleston in that neighborhood. Oscar Charleston was our famous baseball player. When they updated the baseball rankings, they include the Negro League stats in MLB official records now. And so the cool thing about that, the stats where it made the most difference in my head, how I looked at it, was in like the percentages and averages stats, because it wasn't like just totality of games. It was like, how well did you do every time? And you could argue that all of those stats that were happening when baseball wasn't integrated, you say those aren't valid either, because you weren't playing versus the best. And you could say the Negro Leagues, all those stats that were happening, there's good white baseball players, phenomenal white baseball players. You could argue you guys weren't playing versus all the best too. And so like the only fair thing to do is to combine those records, because we were all playing baseball and we weren't all playing together. And so Oscar Charleston rose up. When they put his stats in there, he shot up. So Oscar Charleston's a name of a park that's there. Wes Montgomery, our famous jazz musician, there's a park named after him there. You look down again, there's Frederick Douglass Park. That can promise you they didn't name that. They didn't name that park and put it in a white neighborhood. And so Frederick Douglass Park is phenomenal. They've just got a whole lot of renovations. And so a lot of these places where they're named after a black person, there's a lot of black history that's associated with them. And it's kind of easy to see that when you're walking around there.
Sampson, you are phenomenal. Thank you so much. We look forward to talking with you some more because you're just amazing, Sampson.
Thank
we
you.
love you.
Yes, thank you.
I'm so happy you
Tyler.
took a
No, this
visit.
is great.
Thank
Me
you.
too. I was like, can't wait.
He's great. Okay. Thank you.
All right, awesome.
Through the number2eyes.com to go and schedule some walk and talks with him. We're going to talk with Greg and Lisa next.
Coming up. News is next. 93 WIBC.
Have you heard about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their
Hello, everyone. It's 11:33.
What is that?
37 degrees and sunny skies.
That's like your fireside chat voice. Good evening.
I bet you got shorts on.
Important
We'll
announcement
see shorts
coming
today.
soon.
It's kind of randy, isn't it, Dent?
I'm not going there. I helped her with her phone yesterday and about got slapped. And I
don't think we want to relive that.
I don't want to live that.
It's over.
Some things between husband and work wives need to be private.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Greg should know.
All right,
Yeah.
Well
listen,
played.
those voices that you're hearing, I'm Terri Stacy. That's Denny Smith, Kylan Talley. Thank you for tuning in or watching us on YouTube. We're streaming live. How many do we have? Do we have 2 people?
Oh, we've got about 15.
Oh, 15?
Nice.
11 to 15.
Oh my gosh, I'll take
the
that on a
cameras are.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, I'm letting them see what they
Thank
look
you.
like.
Thank you all so much for tuning in, wherever you are. It is a beautiful day, and I hope you're able to get out there and enjoy whatever it is. We've got the last day of the Boat Sport and Travel Show. We've got Geo Fest going on at the State Museum, and it's a great day to be out and about. Whatever you're doing, just feels good. People feel a little happier, a little lighter today. Sorry to hear about the Pope, though. I mean, that's big news.
He's
The
pretty serious
Pope is
right
in
now.
pretty serious condition.
Well, we're going to have to watch that Eiffel Tower here pretty soon. Watch for the smoke coming out,
I
I
kind of think that's maybe next, but we'll keep you updated here at WIBC online too, as well as if you follow us on the social media. Okay, again, in studio with us, that is Greg Cooper. And Greg, identify yourself.
I'm a recovering radioholic.
I worked with him a long time. Yep, long time here.
I mean, Terry and I did commercials together.
We did.
We did commercials together, and
Sat
then
on the back of a boat together. Yes,
I
we
remember.
did.
I remember that. And I also flew with God love him, the late Big John Gillis.
Did Terry crash with you? You've crashed 3 times or 2 times?
I crashed twice. I crashed with Big John in both the 1070 Whirlybird and the Cessna 182, 6 months apart.
Wow.
And I went to the dry cleaners and the liquor store and the career counseling center immediately after.
And then
All
he
right,
got
so
into
you
real
guys,
estate.
you
Well,
guys
I
are
believe
Crossroads
Lisa
Collective.
Phillips.
I was just going to
Okay.
say, and don't forget
I
Lisa.
am not that old.
Into the weeds. Sorry.
Into the weeds.
Lisa, bring us back to
Let's
reality here.
know
I loved
I
it.
am not that old.
Lisa Phillips. No, she's not that old. But they are both real estate brokers and consultants with Crossroads Collective at Compass Real Estate. And they're also just good friends of ours. And we trust them and we believe them. Now, we know March is a big month. It starts out, spring is kind of the time, although it's year round when it comes to real estate, but really kind of really gets bolstered up in the spring. And I just saw, Greg, I'll start with you. Indiana ranks 24th in the hottest real estate markets for this year. And according to Zillow, Indianapolis, one of the hottest housing markets in the country. Lies.
Take your time on that one. You don't
listen,
have to answer quick.
I mean, look, I know that makes nice clickbait, but they're just trying to get people to look at the page. That's what I mean. They want people here in Indiana because they love us so dearly. This stuff is about made up. It really is. It's just written to get people to look. Ignore it. Just ignore it.
It is
doesn't.
AI generated. That's
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Lisa, do you have a different opinion?
I mean, we do have a great market.
Yeah.
I mean, but we are kind of flat. Would you not?
Yeah, we had a very flat year last year as a market. We were very fortunate at Compass to be way ahead of our expectations, so we're blessed and grateful for that. And I think that this year is going to take some creativity. We had hope last year, and the smartest brains in the country in January of 2024 told us we're going to be in the 5s interest rates by July. They told us that last year. Yeah. None of them were right, and they all predicted it.
Well, for those 2 weeks in September,
we're gonna have to come up with some creative ways, and there are creative ways to get your mortgage down. There are ways you can do that. You can still get a 5-something% mortgage, and we will tell you how.
Wow. Well, that was a good tease. One of the things that I've seen.
It was a really good one. He's a radio guy.
On the 10-year bond, they dropped about 40 basis points. Mm-hmm. And that saves on the average around Indianapolis. That could be $1,000 a year in house payment savings. But what's the inventory like? I mean, is there, is it stable? Is it up, down? It still looks to me to be a seller's market.
It's pretty flat. Whoa. I mean, when you look at what it takes to replace where you are, if you're a move up or move down buyer, or when you look what it takes to be Kylan Talley and want to buy a first-time home. Mm-hmm. Those are tall orders right now. And in some particular niches of the market, you have people want to buy, young professional couples who want to buy an empty nester style home, and they're competing with empty nesters who want to downsize. So you have these two groups of people that are, and the empty nesters are going, we have cash, we will win. So you can just go right
I
on.
mean, they really are.
Run along,
Fire
Sonny.
boomers, that's what they keep blaming the boomers.
But it also matters where you want to live
Completely.
in central Indiana. And there's opportunities. And I mean,
There
you
are.
want to look at different parts of Marion County that are flat, if not.
Okay,
there's big opportunities.
What
for
does opportunity mean to somebody like Kylan? Does it mean it's not a great neighborhood, but it's an affordable neighborhood? What does opportunity
Well, I mean, affordable neighborhood. I mean, there's parts of Center Township that there's opportunity.
they're tough right now. Yeah.
We have inventory.
Okay.
And also that means that you might not be negotiating necessarily on price, but then there's going to be a seller that's going to give you some concessions, meaning help with buying down that mortgage rate that has been now not gone down as we thought was going to go down last year.
There are opportunities.
There's opportunities.
And you need
'cause there's parts of Center Township definitely that are flat.
Well, how do you see the market going over the next 6 to 12 months? Now, Terry made a good point. We're coming into the spring season. School's going to be out. People are thinking, okay, we can move in the summertime. We've got that all traditional cyclical thing.
I think you're going to look at some people have been sitting waiting for these interest rates to go down. That has not changed. So
I don't
your
see that
house as a
changing a lot.
seller still is compelling, meaning you can't, back in 2021, you could do nothing and your house was going to sell no matter what. You're going to maybe have to do some improvements because those buyers, I mean, if you've waited for 2 years and you don't have to move still, unless that house is perfect, you're not going to take it. You're not going to pay that number. You're just not.
Because your
unless it's
monthly
perfect.
payments are so high.
Exactly.
For people.
You don't have to go.
They want turnkey. They don't want to come in and have to have a demo
You have a
day.
family situation that makes you have to move.
There is so much building going on. So many new neighborhoods that are popping up, and is there still a supply and demand challenge?
Oh yeah.
When they
Right
have
now,
the
when
great
we-
interest rates,
even
most
with these
builders have-
houses all being built like crazy.
they have the interest rates.
That's
they
why.
have the under right now. You can get in new construction under 5%.
Okay,
for the
that's
first
the
year.
trick you were talking
No.
about. No?
No.
Oh, that's still not the trick.
Nope.
But Lisa brings up a good point. If you're
Really?
a good builder and if you've got access to capital on the capital markets, you can price it into the house. The homeowner never sees it,
right?
And the points are bought down, so you could get 5%.
And you have brand new.
And you got
Buyers care about two things: how much down, how much a month. That's it.
That's it.
They don't care if it's. And I just had some people that closed on a house. They were looking at houses that were $625 to $650, and it was in a new construction neighborhood. Great product. They had a house they found that was $720 in that neighborhood, and that was $100,000 basically over their budget. But the builder bought the rates down 2.5 points, so the payments were the same. So they had no hesitation whatsoever.
Did you just do field goal?
I did. Touchdown Jesus is what I did because that's what that means. That's where the builders, when they have access to capital markets, local people, mom and
No,
pops.
but those of us that have a home that was built in the 70s, you can't compete with that.
Yes, you can.
Oh, yes, you can.
Now,
You
see, that's
can.
what Lisa was saying. You've got to be willing to negotiate, and you can buy down the rates just like the builders do.
Either you need to have a cream puff, a really, really sweet.
Is this the trick?
No.
Well, you have a yard. I'm sure that a new construction house doesn't have. You have different qualities.
Yeah, you're right.
And you have character that if you accentuate that properly, both in the design
and the marketing.
and the marketing of it is incredibly important. If you have something that you can make look good at the most reasonable dollar cost to you, you can still do great. And by the way, there are incentives you can offer as sellers. You might your price might be a little optimistic, and you might say, "Hey, I'll buy your interest rate down 1.5 points." Ooh,
wow.
Oh. That's see, and again, it comes down to I don't care if I paid $390 for a house as opposed to $330. If my payments are going to be less than $390, I'm all in. Where do I sign?
Yeah.
So there are things you can do to incentivize buyers.
Really,
Go ahead, Danny.
No, I was just going to say the new home builders really do have a little bit of an up on you.
Yes, they do.
Well, and it's brand new. When you think about it, nobody else has lived in the house. But if you want an established neighborhood, you're not going to go with new construction. You've got to find these little gems that Lisa was talking about.
What is the inventory like right now in Marion County?
It's pretty flat to where it was a year ago. I mean, I can tell you how many thousand homes, but it's really micro niched right now. It's very, very dependent upon geography, what township you're in, what side of town you're on, Marion County or other counties, Johnson, Hamilton, whatever around the outside. It's highly dependent. 2021, we were all kind of in the same boat. There was no inventory. The rates were dirt cheap, and we were dealing post-pandemic, and so it was a very different situation. But now, because the rates are up, there are fewer buyers. The buyers that are out there are highly picky, and some of the areas of the city that haven't had a lot of reno and upgrading and rehabbing, if you will, are hurting a little bit. You can't just throw a sign up and get 17 people to throw an offer at you anymore. Those days are kind of gone unless you're the cream puff.
All right, so I'm 27 to 30 years old. I've been renting. I've tried renting downtown. It was all right. Now I've gone out to the suburbs. Why should I, as a 25 to 30-year-old who's been renting, and, the rents are not cheap.
No.
Why should I consider, getting a little bit more solid here and getting into a neighborhood?
Well, are you going to stay in the
What's
Indianapolis
your time
area?
frame?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's your time frame? Are you staying?
I got a steady girlfriend. I'm 28 years old. We're already talking about getting married. Are these the questions you're asking me?
Well, yeah, I mean, because it's a thing of like, if you're not going to stay in the area like for 2 years, like this is where we need to talk. Like, let's just be realistic.
Look,
here's that.
I think we're going to get 7 to 8% appreciation as an average this year, and the next 5 years, because the inventory problem's not going away. And if you're in the right spot, you might get 10% a
Now,
year.
my baloney detector just went off. You're saying 5 to 8% appreciation?
Well,
I don't
in
have
what
any-
parts of town?
Yeah, there we
In the
go.
right
I'm
parts
with
of
you.
town. I mean, and depending upon the product that you have as well.
All right, that is Greg Cooper and Lisa Phillips. And
I think Kai had a question.
No, Kyle is showing us we got to go.
Oh, we got to go.
I
had a question.
She wants to eat
I
more
think,
pastry.
is that what you were
Yeah.
doing, Kylan? Yeah, you were telling
She
us.
wants a
just-
scone.
Yeah, so then we can get to more questions.
Take her a scone.
Yeah. And again, 317-239-9393 is our number if you've got a question about real estate, buying or selling. And we also, if you've got questions, if you're following us also on YouTube, glad to have your questions as well. This is first day, the WIBC Sunday morning magazine show. We're glad you're here. We'll be back after this on 93 WIBC.
Purdue is in town to take on the Hoosiers today.
He will let go a three-pointer and 16th point of the game.
John Herrick has the pregame at 12:30. Don Fisher with the tip at 1:30 on 93 WIBC. Mad Bear traffic.
On the north side, 465 East is a parking lot from Meridian all the way over to 60.
37 degrees and sunny skies. Terri Stacy, Jenny Smith. Oh, Randy Ollis has just arrived.
It's a party.
Man, this is
Randy,
Radio
help
Free
yourself.
Kentucky right now.
We've got food. We've got all kinds of stuff over there. Help yourself. It's always good to see Randy Ollis. He'll be here in just a few minutes, actually, to be on air. Although, open the mic. He can talk, too. We're talking real estate, Randy, in case you have any questions. With Greg Cooper and Lisa Phillips, they are with Crossroads Collective, and they're our friends for a long time. They've never steered us wrong before. We're talking about the new season, really, as it really gets geared up here in March. But it's busy all the time, and a lot of you may have questions. 317-239-9393. Greg has been promising hacks on how to get that low interest rate. And so, go.
He's got a ball bat over here. He's gonna
No. One of the questions before we get to the hack, we're still going to get the hack.
Okay, then
I
just
want to
hang
know
on for
about
that.
the influx of new people. We've got a lot of jobs coming to Indiana, Central Indiana, not the least of which is this Lily Project.
Wow.
We've got the trailer transport people that have just come into Fishers. We have motorsports. What's the influx of people? Have you guys noticed it as far as new people looking for homes?
No? I don't know. We really, no. It's look. The numbers are the numbers, and the numbers are basically about flat from where we've been over the last couple of years. But kudos to the Lily complex going up toward Lebanon, and look what Fishers is. I mean, there's so many places that are just doing so many great things right now.
I think it's also interesting as we see more and more of a demand for people to come back to work. Yeah. That remote, they're out maybe in California and they're working for a company in Indianapolis, and really more managers and companies are saying you got to come back or it's over.
Yeah, it's a big
I feel about that.
All right,
but
what's the hack?
But I think it's going to be curious to see the movement because of this shift in where we were early pandemic and working remotely to more and more people saying you got to come back and so that makes you move.
Absolutely.
If you want to keep that job.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be interesting. Okay, now the hack.
Okay. There's a very simple way. Look, we're paying more per month because the rates are higher. So we have to get the rate lower, don't we? So if you can identify properties that have spent some time on the market, they're not fresh and brand new. Maybe they're
and
not.
I've seen them.
And
some of them have just been sitting for a month or so now.
Or longer. If you find one of those, you might be willing to work with the seller and say, okay, I'll give you your asking price, even though you've been out there, Mr. Seller, for 47 days.
Now, can you do a sort like that?
Yes,
You can. Okay, you can do a search. Okay.
And we'll give you your listing price, but we want you to buy our $400,000 mortgage down 2 points. That's about $8,000 to $9,000, depending on credit score, blah blah, all those kind of things. It could be $400 a month. You could buy a rate down 2 points, and it could be $4,800 a year. By the time you pay them full list versus negotiate down $10,000, in 2 years you've washed that out.
You're pretty smart for an imbecile.
No, I didn't.
You really are.
Wow. If you're even looking at Marion
Whole
County
neighborhood stuff,
Marion County average days on market is 65 days. So as much as we talk about there's no inventory, average 65 days on market.
Okay,
so it's the difference of, let's say a $700,000 home comes on the market in Meridian Kessler, it's gone within hours compared to a $500,000 home, let's say in the Fountain Square area, that is not.
Okay.
So that's the difference of what you have to, this is what's going on in the market.
There's a lot of multi-million-dollar homes on the market right now.
And they're going
in Central Indiana.
And they're going off the market immediately.
All right.
Luxury is what has been selling.
All right. So
in our market.
The baby boomers are now finally considering. The kids are all raised. They're empty blesters, and they're sort of considering it. How many days on the market does desperation set in? If you're selling your house and you said 65 days is average, my pucker string would start pulling up about 60 days. What's the?
Here's the thing of, I think if you haven't sold, and this is probably in our market in Central Indiana, if you haven't gone off the market in 14 days, there's a stigma attached, isn't there?
People begin to ask what's wrong. It must be overpriced.
Because there's no houses. Because you keep hearing from all of us. There's nothing on the market. We have no inventory.
Right.
So therefore, you have a stigma.
Yeah.
Even though the data say
I've had a stigma. I was a grandson of a plumber, a son of a plumber. I've had stigmas my whole life.
I put drops in for that, actually.
All right, we just have a few more minutes here with you guys. Let's talk about if you are in the market, what do you need to be thinking about? And if you are selling your home, getting ready to put it up on the market, things they need to be aware of right now, or maybe some tips to help them.
Well, you need to talk to a professional and to see what your house really looks like, what we're going to market, if you need to do any upgrades. In renovations. You need to make sure you're market ready.
Get a great advocate. You need to have somebody that knows what they're doing, because this can cost you what you don't know it can cost you.
And it's not necessarily 2021 prices one way, good or bad.
No, you absolutely have to have somebody who knows what they're doing, and that can be worth tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars, one way or the other. Look, we see ourselves as lifelong advocates for people. We are not looking to put a sign up and a sold sign up and get a check. We want this to be good, so that when you call us 6 years from now to sell the house, that we all have a really big smile on our faces when that situation resolves itself too. That's so crucial.
I really will vouch for you, because you helped my niece and my niece-in-law, son-in-law, or nephew-in-law sell their house, and they're still in touch with them. I mean, yeah, sorry about that, Carvers. But you really are a good advocate. Okay, next week on the Home and Garden Show, we're going to have home stagers, people who come in, and I looked at the prices, and it's not unreasonable, but it's a little bit more. But in an existing house, how do you guys feel about home staging?
Oh, makes all the difference.
It's 2 minutes.
It's incredibly important, but listen, when they start talking about knocking walls out, no. That's not staging. That's remodeling.
Okay.
You're
Use
right.
what you have. Paint is not the big deal. Obviously, flooring costs you a little bit of money. Painting is not the end of the world, but we're not talking about redesigning a house. That's not staging. And if someone's trying to get you to do that, I think that's a mistake, because your dollar return is not going to be great.
They want you to get the clutter out.
And
I
our
think
vacant
that's right,
homes.
Terri.
They want
Our
you to
vacant
be just
homes.
a neutral home that people can see themselves living in without too much clutter around to see what the home looks like, right?
When you have
Correct.
a home that looks like it's naked to you, you're probably ready to sell.
Okay. So no pictures, Denny.
What
no
about
naked,
all?
Denny, no naked pictures. That's the point.
Take
No,
that
no
stuff
naked
off
pictures.
the wall.
What about my shaving mug collection and all these
gotta
brass
go.
bells? It's got to go.
It's got to go.
All right.
Greg Cooper, Lisa Phillips, they are brokers. They are consultants with Crossroads Collective at Compass Realty, Compass Real Estate. How do we find you guys? Lisa, start with you.
317-219-9277.
Okay.
317-441-7166. We are at crossroadscollectivehomes.com.
You showing something today?
Always.
Okay.
Yep.
Busy? Thank you both.
Thanks for being
You
so
are so
straight up with
good
us.
to
It's
us.
good to have you back.
So
this.
good to
And we
us.
got to see Randy today. This
You
is
got to
this
see
is
Randy
awesome.
Ollis, who will be coming up in the next hour. We're going to make him sit here another 45 minutes before we get to him, just for the fun of it.
I would like to say they shared their numbers, but also find them on social media, because I think that's probably also a really great way
Absolutely.
to see everything that they're doing.
I'm Greg Cooper, Realtor, and what are you?
At Lisa Fuller Phillips.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you both so much. We've
you,
got
guys.
another
Thanks.
hour to go. Thanks for joining us here on First Day WIBC Sunday Magazine Show. We'll be back after today's top stories. 93 WIBC. 38 degrees and sunny skies in downtown Indianapolis.
Finally,
Welcome
a
to
heat
the
wave.
second hour of the first day, the WIBC Sunday Magazine show. Our thanks to Greg and Lisa for stopping by and kind of breaking down the market when it comes to real estate as we head into spring.
You know,
Also-
there's more know-it-alls per square foot in real estate, but when I listen to those two, all the baloney's passed. I mean,
It
they
kind of
really,
does for me, too.
Yeah, it's the real deal there.
Known him a long, long time. I'm Terri Stacy.
I'm Denny Paul.
And I'm Kylan Talley.
Look what Joe Coppo left me on my desk. Joe Coppo sells here at WIBC. It is a Columbia House membership.
Oh, remember Columbia
Do you remember
House?
Columbia House?
You could buy records, CDs, tapes. Remember they used to do tapes?
Right. And you can look, you cut the stamps out of the ones that you'd like to have. And, there's some good stuff here.
Did you ever join one of those clubs where they sent you one book a month? And
Yeah.
about the eighth month, you're on the eighth book, and you say, "How do I get out of this?" And you can't get out of it.
You can't get out of them.
You're absolutely
You
hosed.
just can't get out of them, much like this. But Columbia House, here's the membership guide. We were going down memory lane. Randy Ollis is here.
Okay.
In studio with us.
The Randy Ollis.
The Randy Ollis, former Wish TV meteorologist, but he still does backyard meteorology when he wants to at home for fun.
I always do it. I may be out of broadcasting, but the weather's still in me. And
That's
I'm saying it will always be in
It
me.
will always be in you.
Yes.
It will always be in you. Thank you for coming by, Randy. It's
Well,
good to see
Thank you
you.
for having me. You guys look great.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. You can see him on YouTube. Following, you'll see Randy's mug right there.
He's running for Congress in North Carolina. He's
No
running
kidding.
Who's a Randy Ollis that's running for office?
There's not a whole bunch of Ollises out there, but there's more than you realize.
Yeah.
We were driving through the mountains of North Carolina once, and here's a campaign sign that says Randy Ollis for whatever he was running for in the mountains of North Carolina.
That's so fun. I would have tried. I would have been tempted to take the sign.
So I did find his office and went in and tried. I don't know if he was there or not, but it's
get
just
a
typical.
sign?
If it's our family, it's in the mountains somewhere.
Randy Ollis arrested for breaking into Randy Ollis's office.
And Randy Ollis is a cancer survivor. And it was about 7 years ago, just in April. 7 years ago, this coming April,
8
right?
years ago.
8 years ago, this coming April.
2017. So in April, I had a large diffuse B-cell non-Hodgkin lymphoma cancer, big knot on my neck right here. And, long story short, I went in to see the doc. It was that year earlier, I had a gallbladder attack. I had my gallbladder taken out in January. About 2 weeks later, I had a blood clot form that we caught, fortunately, in time. And then a little bit after that, the big knot on my neck, and that turned out to be the blood cancer that I had.
When I talk to cancer survivors or patients that are battling cancer, whether they're little children or whether they're a senior citizen, they talk about the relationships and how different they became. And you have a very special friendship with David Barris. And David was by your side, if I remember correctly, through all your treatments.
All the time. I'm an only child. I know that shocks you. I'm not spoiled at all. But David was a big brother that I never had. Every time, see, you get me tearing up just talking about this. But whenever I had my 3 chemo treatments at St. Vincent Cancer Center, who showed up with a box of donuts or Peeps or whatever it was here? David. I mean, he was, when I had my gallbladder taken out, I came out of surgery. The first person I saw in the room was David. I said, Doc, put me back under, please. But he's always been by my side.
On television, too, if you're new to our area, that was alongside of Randy was David Barris all those years in morning television.
Yeah.
And you were family. And it was very transparent in watching you both, whether it was actually on TV or whether I was seeing the two of you together out somewhere. Very special relationship.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, we were two goobers on TV. We knew that people weren't watching us for our looks. We knew that.
Yeah.
They weren't watching us for our expertise.
The
they were watching us to have fun.
It was always about the sincerity.
Something else.
Yeah.
And now you're involved in the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and you responded to that differently than I. People always call Terry. You're one. They call and say, "Will you help us with this campaign, that campaign?" And, of course, you're a survivor. They reached out to you, and then all of a sudden you thought, I better get involved with this. Tell us about leukemia and lymphoma.
Yeah, I was nominated for Visionary of the Year. They have their campaign every year. It's a 10-a-week campaign to raise money. And so they said, hey, you've been nominated for Visionary of the Year. Would you like to do it? And I said, I don't know what it is. So anyway, we met for breakfast, and they were explaining about the fundraising process that goes on. And I'll be honest with you, after meeting with them, I walked out of there and I thought, I don't think I want to do this. I mean, I don't know anything about, fundraising. I really don't. In fact, my whole life, I don't know anything about anything that I've been doing, even the weather,
True.
But I pretended I did.
It's not true.
But I thought about it and I felt convicted. I, prayed about it and did some research, and I thought, you know what, 2017, the meds that I took saved my life. It really did. That and prayer, but the combination, the meds have come so far, but they still have a long ways to go. So I felt convicted about my negative attitude, and I thought, I'm going to do it. This is my way of giving back to people. You don't want to ever hear those words, you have cancer, but you're going to know somebody where they've heard those words, you have cancer. So by doing this, hopefully we raise funds, more research goes on. They just announced this past week, the FDA approved another, I'm not even sure what it is here, to help improve cancer patients. So that's what it's all about. For me, I was so blessed. I had 3 chemos, 3 weeks of radiation, and I was done. I mean, I had cancer light compared to what most people go through. Yeah. I had very few side effects, so I was blessed. So this is my way of giving back to society here by saying, hey,
all right,
can you give to help us out?
Wish TV is our co-sponsor. What do we call them? Media partner?
We call our media partner.
Our media partner. So you got Wish TV, you've got WIBC, and probably some other folks listening. How can we help you make this happen? What do you need from us?
Well, I tell you, by the way, this Thursday we kick off our campaign. It starts this Thursday, February 27th, runs through May 9th, 10 weeks here. If you want more information, how do I give, what I want from you is to learn about the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and also funds too.
Right.
Everybody needs funds here.
Whatever you can
Whatever you can do.
So what's the website?
Yeah, well, don't give until Thursday because it will not count for our team.
Okay.
Our goal is $75,000. There's 14 teams. Our goal is $75,000. The Leukemia Society does not say anything about the other teams. Nothing. You can ask a question. Everybody does their own thing. But I know that the overall goal is around $800,000 or $900,000. So Thursday, go to my Facebook page. We're going to put something on there, probably a QR code, other information on how you can give to the Leukemia Society. And if you're out there listening and you think, oh, I can only give $1, I can only give $5 or $10, good. Every single dollar.
All right, so we're going to
up.
sort on Randy Ollis. We're either going to get a politician in North Carolina or we're going to get you. It's Randy Ollis at Facebook.
Yeah, just look up my name, Randy Ollis, and then they go Facebook there, and you'll find the information you need.
He's also tagged on our Facebook page, First Day with Terri Stacy. So if you're already following us, it's tagged in that post.
Atta
you
girl.
can find him there.
Don't do it until February 27th, okay?
Well, good luck to you. Will you keep us posted?
Yeah.
You know how to reach us. Just keep us posted because we'll be pulling for you.
I've got your phone number.
I bet you do.
Always so good to see you, Randy. Thank you so much.
Guys.
We'll keep plugging away at this. Make sure everybody knows.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You betcha. All right, we'll take a break. 1214-93 WIBC.
Are you worried about your taxes?
looking for a good time, but my best time is always with you.
It's 12:19. And it is beautiful out there. 39 degrees. It just feels so good. Sunny skies going to a high of 44. Tomorrow looks like 50 for the high. 54. Wednesday, 58. And then it's 49
keep right
again.
on going. I'm loving it.
Then it goes to 49, 49, 48. Well, that's okay.
I won't lie. I think I'm going to try to go sledding with this last bit of snow.
Well, you better, because I see grass.
It's melting away.
I
and
see
who knows
grass.
if we'll get more.
Yeah, and I saw the Veals ice tree. I see that they had kind of restarted again for this cold weather. But looks like with these temperatures, they probably have shut the spigot off again, and it'll melt slowly. A beautiful, beautiful art structure, though. It's Terry and Denny and Kylan.
We're only on here for just a little bit more as IU takes our airwaves in just 10 minutes. Oh, my goodness. They take on Purdue at 1:30. Pacers against the Clippers tonight at 5. But we have a lot more to get to. Today for Food News, we are featuring 2 new restaurants by Fox Restaurant Concepts coming to the north side of Indy in Nora Plaza. Culinary Dropout just opened last week, and Flower Child is opening on Tuesday. And to talk with us about both, we have Anita Walker, Vice President of Marketing of Fox Restaurant Concepts. Anita, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Let's start off with Culinary Dropout because it is opened. It had its grand opening this last week. Tell us about Culinary Dropout.
Yes, Culinary Dropout opened on February 19th. And we are so excited to bring Culinary Dropout to your market. And so a little bit about Culinary. It really celebrates refined rebellion and classic meals done right. So
What does that mean exactly, do you think?
Yeah, we have crowd favorites like our pretzel bites and provolone fondue. We have 36-hour pork ribs and our famous fried chicken drizzled with honey. And if you're thirsty, you're going to want to wash it all down with ice cold craft beer or our really amazing house-made killer cocktails.
Another good one, also Flower Child. That's the other restaurant of yours that is opening up. Tell us about Flower Child, which is opening on Tuesday.
Yes, Flower Child opens on Tuesday. It really isn't anything like Flower Child. It is healthy food for a happy world. And so you're going to experience Flower Child. It is a faster experience, so it's a fast casual concept where our guests can come and fill their belly with goodness. So Flower Child's menu caters to all lifestyles. So if you're vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, or you just like to have yummy, delicious food, anything goes at Flower Child. So we use fresh ingredients and serve healthy food that takes our guests to a happy place. So we have things like our Mother Earth Bowl. We have gluten-free mac and cheese, which is everyone's favorite. We have chicken enchiladas. Mm-hmm. We have an avocado wrap that everyone loves. We have Brussels sprouts and organic kale salad. We literally have everything for anybody at Flower Child, and it is all delicious food, I can tell you.
How did you decide that this would be a great market to bring these 2 great restaurants?
Yeah, great question. Well, hope you're aware, but there is a growing food and hospitality scene in Indianapolis, and so we have been watching it for a while. And then, addition to that, our Fox Restaurant founder, Sam Fox, has some close relationships and friendships in the market and with Noah's Plaza. So it is a market that we have been watching, and we are so excited to finally open our first 2 restaurants in these locations.
Yeah, we always like to support local too. And when we talk about the number of people that will be working at these 2 restaurants, you're talking about 230 Hoosiers that will have a new job. Do you need more right now as you start this journey here in our state?
Yes, we always are looking for an amazing team. And so come and work for us at Culinary Dropout or Flower Child. Both are really incredible experiences for employees, really great brands, and an amazing company to work for if you want to grow in the food and beverage industry. We love growing within, so come and work with us. We'd love it.
I'm so happy to get to try these restaurants. If you want to check out their menus, culinarydropout.com. And I am a flowerchild.com for that. And follow along on their social media, too. Anita Walker, Vice President of Marketing for Fox Restaurant Concepts, behind these two wonderful restaurants. Anita, is there anything else that you'd like to mention about these before we go?
Just to come and visit. We'd love to have everyone out. You can follow us on Instagram, both brands. And we put all of our new information on there in terms of menu and what we're trying out. And at Culinary Dropout, we have a lot of sporting events. So, of course, we're going to be showing your local games at Culinary Dropout. And so come and watch the game with us. We'd love it.
I love it. And I love you. Thank you so much, Anita, for joining us.
Thanks. Can't wait to meet you guys.
You're amazing. And some other shout outs as well. I would like to shout out Jennifer. Thank you so much to Jennifer of Porchlight PR for taking care of us and helping set this all up. And then Dave, I was at the soft opening yesterday, and Dave was so wonderful and told me a little bit even more about the restaurant. And it's just amazing. Thank you all so much. And Anita, of course, thank you. Flower Child and Culinary Dropout, go check them out in Nora Plaza.
I'm showing you. Are we still on the YouTube?
Yes, we are.
This is a lemon muffin of some sort.
Lemon oil.
Lemon oil? Because it is
lemon olive oil cake.
Oh, I've never had anything so moist in my life. That is so good. That is delicious.
We also have a chocolate chip cashew cookie.
And a chocolate chip cashew cookie and a brownie. Thank you all so much. You know, we love food.
All right.
Food, glorious food.
Terry, I'm trying some of this cookie.
Oh, the cookie was good. But my favorite was the
lemon muffin.
Lemon muffin with the olive oil. Very, very moist.
So good. And there's so many things.
All right, everybody. How much time do we have before we got to turn it over?
We still have a whole minute left.
Okay.
I just am so excited for this place because they feel healthy, but they have so much variety on the menu that you can't get over. None of it will ever be
Are you talking with your mouth full?
Yes. How can I not be eating this?
Well, that's how you know the food's good, and
I
it
will say,
truly is.
Chefs are culinary trained there. They're full service. One that I met yesterday moved from Atlanta specifically for this restaurant. Do you know how cool that is?
Very cool. They like this market.
City.
This is a great market for food. It's come a long way, Danny.
Delicious.
What fun is it?
I mean, I remember when the food options were lean.
Yeah.
Not too many to choose from.
Hey, our thanks to Randy Ollis, certainly to Lisa Phillips and Greg Cooper. It was a good show today, ladies.
Thank you. And again, if you missed anything, Kylan, post the show.
I sure do.
At WIBC.com. Just look for our first day blog. And thanks to all of you that were watching on YouTube, however many you are. We will certainly keep you updated as to the condition of the Pope. As that news continues to pour out, we'll certainly be watching and listening too. Have a great day, everybody.
While you're running around, make sure to follow us on Facebook too. I'll try to keep you updated there with all of our first day happenings. It's crazy stuff what we're doing, let me tell you.
Have a great week ahead, everybody, and we'll catch you next week right here on First Day WIBC 93 WIBC.
Go Hoosiers! Boiler up!
Recent talk about rising interest rates and economic uncertainty may have you wondering if now is the right time to sell your home. Will I get the price I need? Will it take too long? The good news, you don't have to figure this out by yourself. There's a friendly, no-pressure experience.